Jean. How are you?
I'm good, Emily. How are you?
Good. Um, Interesting episode we're going to do today. One I'm excited about as we gear up for the holiday and Thanksgiving specifically is we're going to talk about things we're grateful for, some growth we've had this year, and maybe plant a seed of what we think is going to be coming. As I do that, I have to share one of the things I'm most grateful for is the fact that here we are, having done this all year now. And I remember when I first asked you, would this be something you'd ever want to do? And you're like, I need to think about that.
Yeah.
And then I said, well, how about once a month? And you're like, I don't know about that. And here we are.
I
Doing two
know.
a
It's
month.
crazy. Yes. And so, yeah, I'm grateful and thank you for asking me to be a part of this. I think it's been really fun and
Yes.
just a good check in with each other and check in with our clients and our listeners, viewers, whatever
Yes.
we want to call it. Yeah, it's
For
been
sure.
a good thing to do. And thank you so much for having me be a part of it.
Well, thank you for being a part of it. So, as we sit here and reflect on what 2025 has given us, I just can't help but be grateful for the renewed energy in offering video. And I know with that, there's so many complexities and there's so many hurdles, but I feel like there's such an opportunity now more than ever to navigate through those with even more collaboration among people that we historically didn't necessarily get to sit around the table with us. And that's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I think there's been talk for years that video is dying and it's, on its last legs and you know, maybe that's true, but I would like to think that it's not dying, but it's changing.
For sure.
And change is hard for a lot of people. So that's where that attitude comes in is like, well, if it's changing, I'm not going to be a part of it. But I think we can be really thankful for the people who are embracing the change and figuring out how to be a part of it and wanting to still, provide video and
Yeah.
just, rolling with the punches and okay, this is the new way that we do things. And Whitepaw being a leader and staying up with the technology and the way things need to be a video provider. And so yeah, that I feel like that's kind of how we have to look at it and then embrace those people who are forward thinkers
Yes.
and strategic and
Yeah.
we've got some really good people that we work with on that front
Oh,
for sure.
for sure. I mean, I think about the internal team I have here, but the external team, like the Real Access marketing firm and all that they've pushed us into doing to put ourselves out there and trust that we do have information we're sharing on these kind of episodes. And then Justin Huebner, very strategic, forward thinking in how he looks at the industry. And he's been a huge help. And then just the members. Like they have a different perspective in truly understanding what the consumers are wanting, and they can bring that back to us and we can help navigate. Even if there's challenges, amidst the challenges, there's always opportunities. And to have those thinkers sitting around the table, trying to figure out how to navigate is awesome.
Yep. And I guess, along those lines, we've really seen people who maybe in the past would have been very siloed and not wanted to share resources or share knowledge. And I love how you have used the term coopetition. Like we're seeing people who were maybe competitors before kind of coming together and cooperate with each other and, maybe seeing it and sharing knowledge about, grant money and how they did this fiber build and, I used this vendor or, just some of those conversations are happening and sharing. And so I really like seeing that. And, some companies thinking about, well, I'm just going to shut down video and not necessarily doing that, finding a partner to keep a relevant video product going. And so we're seeing a lot more of that, which I think is a good sign to keep people in the video space. And so
100%.
That's been really fun to see too.
Yeah. There's always ways to pivot and adapt. And with these new partnerships, when you find them and the values align, just the fact that you can partner with ISPs who really are nervous to get into it because they have no idea where to start. And, it's like, okay, if you can take those complexities off and you don't have to do it all. You can find, you can even have pieces of the puzzle but together we're stronger, and that's where the coopetition too comes into play.
I mean, yeah, you can't do it on your own. You need partners, you need trusted partners, and there really is no way to do it on your own. And so, I think too, like when we're talking about this topic and thinking back on things this year, for me, one of the things about sticking together was like in Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, and even Iowa and Wisconsin, we had a challenge that we haven't had to deal with in a long time, and that the Minnesota Twins shook things up, and they decided to leave the local RSN, FanDuel, and kind of do their own thing in partnership with MLB. And so that was a new thing for all of us. And we stuck together as a group, and we got it figured out. And, not everyone kept the Twins games. And so then they had to, educate their customers on how to stream and how to get that. And then, the other people who did keep it, they had a whole new channel to launch. And I think everyone felt good about that. Maybe they didn't later with how the team ended up, but, it was good how the group stuck together and trusted the process. And so again, it's that rolling with the punches, how things are going to change. And we've got to be able to figure out how we're going to change with it, or how we're going to go down a different path. And so I think we got to be ready for more of that kind of stuff, and just be ready to figure out the new frontier, I guess, is how we call it.
Yeah. I remember one of our episodes we did this year when you're like, you and I just love solving problems, and we do. I mean, that's what we're wired for. And so we're passionate about the industry we're in, but we're more passionate about just simply solving problems and finding solutions for sure. The other thing I'm really grateful for is, though this industry seems really big, it is so small. Like, it's so tight knit. It really truly feels like family. And I love that.
Yep. I was on a call this week where someone was like, oh yeah, that guy, I grew up across the street from him.
Right?
And, I've known that guy for 40 years. And it's just like, it is a small world, and it's really great to have some of those connections. So what do you think looking forward?
Oh, I think 2026 is going to be a super exciting year. I think we're going to continue to maximize on some of the things we've built. And I think that there's data out there. It's proven that people want video. They want to consume it. I think it's going to adapt, and we're going to hopefully stay at the forefront of what that needs to be. But I think it's an exciting year ahead. How about you?
Yeah, I think we got to be ready for anything and be ready to embrace change, because there's a lot of unknowns out there for 2026. And, while that can be intimidating and scary and everything, we just got to be ready for it. And we've been through it before. It's not like this is a new thing that change is coming. So we've always been able to adapt. And I think that's just what we have to be ready to do, is adapt to more change.
Yeah, exactly.
And trust our partners, right?
Yes, 100%.
So.
Yes, everything starts with trust. Yeah. Well, I hope that everybody has a great holiday, eats plenty of food, and takes some real time off to disconnect and energize yourselves for what the exciting future is going to hold.
Yeah, definitely. Decompressing to come back energized is very important. So,
super.
Everyone have a great long holiday.
Yes.